What? Yeah. No, I'm behaving myself. No, I'm not playing in abandoned buildings. What? Again? Now, I suppose you had those people follow me again. Fine. Hey, this is Jimmy Pharaoh from Monte and the Pharaoh, and I want to thank all our subscribers. We have now passed 14,000 on our YouTube channel. But I want to ask our subscribers to take the next step for us and become a full-fledged member of Monte and the Pharaoh. Yeah, that's right, folks. There's 3 different levels to choose from. There's free shirts. There's free autographs. Just check it out and become a member of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and the Pharaoh. Later.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monte and Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV. Jared's at the board. Jared, he was at some kind of party with some famous people. What were you doing, brother?
Yeah, Legends of Vinyl. A lot of bands and music artists from the 70s, 80s, around that time. I was just doing interviews. I was filming them.
Oh, so who was doing the interviews?
You know, I don't know. Some random girl that was there.
So wait a minute.
Way to put him
She's
over
doing
there,
interviews
Jared.
and you're doing the filming of it?
Yes.
So it was a paid gig? Kinda, maybe?
Maybe.
All right. By the way, I don't know if you knew this, the owner of the station had told me today this is the 10-year anniversary of Indie Music TV.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Nice. Happy anniversary, Indie Music TV.
10 years. That's a pretty successful business to be
There you
around
go.
that long. I
That works.
I don't know what the stats are, but I would imagine that businesses don't really last that long.
Right. Competitive, yep.
So, Pharaoh,
Yeah.
here's how long foreplay should last, a sex therapist says. Here are a lot of questions or maybe private curiosity on the length of time couples should invest in letting things get heated before doing the deed. Just an example, one of the 2004 Canadian psychologist study published in a peer-reviewed Journal of Sex Research surveyed 152 heterosexual couples about their perception related to foreplay and sex. The researchers found that on average, women tended to feel that longer foreplay is ideal, while men significantly underestimated the amount of foreplay their partners desired. This study may suggest the length of foreplay is a common question in intimate relationships, but one that doesn't come up for discussion with many couples. Pharaoh, have you had discussions with your better halves in the past on how long you should be giving cuddlingus?
No. Have you? No. I haven't. Not personally.
I understand.
You know, I'm glad you understand. That's mighty understanding of you. I don't know what to do with this. No, it's never been an issue. Maybe to some guys it's like, hurry up, I got to stay hard for how long? Hurry up. I don't know. Is there an issue for guys?
Well, how, like what's a usual sex session for this Pharaoh?
Are you kidding me? Wow.
I'm not talking actual
It's
penetration
not,
sex. Just from the minute
just the whole thing.
The whole thing. Yeah. What
wow, that really depends. That really depends. There is such a thing as a quality quickie, and there's such a thing as a quality longie, and there's such a thing as a quality in between time. I really, it varies. It varies. As long as it's quality, isn't that the most important thing? I mean, are people really willing to talk about that shit? Or how about by the time you finally talk to them, the woman is so emotionally detached from you that she's not interested in fixing the problem?
Or the other way around, right?
Or the other. Well, we're talking about the women here. They said that the women tend to think that they, want longer foreplay.
They want to get their engine warmed up a little bit.
That would make sense. But for a guy, it's like, what if the propeller runs out right in the middle of it?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Totally
I'm just trying to relate here. I don't have that issue. My plane,
on the other end of the spectrum, worst TV shows of all time, according to TV Guide.
What?
So we picked the worst TV shows of all time. Tell me if you know these shows, because I don't know many of them.
Well, there's a reason why they're the worst.
Me and the Chimp, 1972.
Okay, I was 5 years old in 1972. I actually remember this stupid show.
Really?
But I never watched it.
Okay.
I just saw it on commercials. I wasn't allowed to stay up late enough for Me and the Chimp. I'm 5. But I thought to myself, boy, is that stupid. And I'm a 5-year-old thinking that.
All right.
I do not. You're in trouble with that show. Yeesh.
And that was on CBS.
I'm not shocked.
The Super, ABC, 1972.
The Super. I don't recall The Super. I don't recall it. I can't say that I do. How long did it last? 1 episode? 2 episodes?
It looks like 1 year.
It looked like a crash and burn.
Probably one season.
Right.
About Super Train, NBC, 1979.
Super Train, I remember. Super Train was 1979, as you said. This thing was a disaster. Do you know how expensive this show was because of that stupid Super Train?
Now, was it for,
that
was
prop
this a love boat type? Was this like a love boat type of thing?
Wow, interesting. I as far as the actual, what was the concept behind it, I don't remember. But I remember this show costing a fortune because of that stupid Super Train, and it tanked. It just tanked. It was.
How about Small Wonder?
I don't remember Small Wonder.
I do. It was the robot, the little girl robot.
God, that was awful.
That's Small Wonder.
I remember that. That was terrible.
How about this one? She's the Sheriff.
No, it sounds awful, though. Who was the sheriff?
What's her name? The chick from Three's Company.
Oh, that was garbage. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, that was
How about
garbage.
the Brady's, 1990?
Well, any kind of Brady reunion. It's just, look at Mr. Brady. Tennis, anyone? Want to play with my balls? No. No.
That's a good line.
Yeah, thank you. No.
How about Scorch, 1992?
What the hell is Scorch?
No idea.
I don't know what that is. That show got burned quickly. Go ahead.
How about Baywatch Nights?
No. There was a Baywatch sequel. Baywatch itself, I look at Baywatch now, I left my ass off. It is.
I would be honest with you. Anything Baywatch is good.
Really, because it's cheesy as can be.
I mean, the reason we're doing this because we're going to go over the PWI 500 that came about, but it'd be good to see what other top shows or worst shows.
I'm surprised that this list is what it is because I remember in years back, and maybe they felt stupid after a while, some of the shows that were considered the worst ever. Did you know that Gilligan's Island would be on that list? And I would go, what are you watching? Did you ignore history? Gilligan's Island.
Jason says Alf.
Alf was fantastic. Leave Alf alone.
Phil says BJ and the Bear.
BJ and the Bear. Pretty bad show, but I enjoyed Alf. But I'm
Roy Batiste says Alf was the worst show of all time.
Hey, that's cool. That's fine. I liked Alf. I didn't like that he ate cats, though. I did have a problem with that.
Did he eat cats?
He liked cats. That was his one shortcoming, Alf. Yeah. I found Alf to be goofy, dopey fun, but I'm goofy and dopey. To the right of me is the star of the show, Mr. Jimmy Pharaoh. Along with Jimmy Pharaoh, his partner Bart Griggs make up the band Wisteria Hall. Bart, man!
Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as In My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. You can find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page. Hit like and subscribe. Hear them on, download them on Spotify, Apple Music, Reverb Nation. Yeah. If you didn't know, you are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and the Pharaoh. You catch Monte and the Pharaoh on the Monte and the Pharaoh YouTube page, Facebook Live page. Hear us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, the Monte and the Pharaoh Twitch TV page. And if you live in New York, channel 115 every Tuesday at 9:30. And Saturday at 11:30, and Channel 20 at Tuesdays at 1 a.m. We'll be right back where Monte and the Pharaoh will review the recently released PWI 500. You ready for this one, Pharaoh?
Yeah, I got to go grab my Tums. We'll see you in a turn the page second. M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479 9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J, video games and collectibles. And Nitro's Garage for all your automotive needs. Call 646-675-2349. That's 646-675-2349. For all your automotive needs, Nitro's Garage. Ask for Jack.
In the mood for a freshly roasted cup of coffee? www.offtherailscoffeeroasters.com. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast, Monte and Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV, the 10-year anniversary of Indie Music TV. Speaking of another indie wrestler, Devin, Hannibal, Nicholson, a friend of yours, a friend of mine, a friend of everyone, is set to stand trial. It's nearly a year ago now that Canadian independent wrestler Devin Hannibal Nicholson made the news after an incident after an independent show where he legitimately stabbed a referee, leading to a severe artery in the referee, severed artery to the referee's head. Now Nicholson finds himself in the news once again, and for those hoping for a happier story this time around, you're unfortunately out of luck. According to PWI Insider, Nicholson is set to face trial October 12th in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, after he was arrested last month. The report goes on to reveal that Nicholson was arrested on charges of assaulting a woman sometime in August. The exact date of the arrest is unknown, but Nicholson's YouTube account reveals that he was in Kingston as early as August 20th, and he was originally scheduled for court August 29th, indicating the arrest occurred during that time. According to his YouTube, Nicholson was in Kingston with his girlfriend. Man, that's why you shouldn't be posting your own private stuff on your YouTube channel.
You might not wanna...
Though he had been incarcerated Though he had been incarcerated since his arrest, Nicholson was released on bail to his parents.
Nice. You see his parents, he's taking good care of them.
Just loves his pictures.
I do.
He loves his pictures.
Quack, quack.
No one loves the pictures more than Pharaoh.
That's some funny shit. I hope his parents are supervising him properly and teaching him how to breathe
Thoughts on Devin?
Thoughts on Devin? Well, folks, he's your beloved YouTube hero. He's your #1 wrestling YouTube guy to go to. He's so engaging. He's so gripping. He's a fuck up. What the fuck? That's horrible, dude. Any thoughts? What a mess. Way to go.
I think
now he's pulverizing his girlfriend?
I think what we thought we saw with him.
When he came to our door?
I
was afraid then.
Something's not.
Something's off.
Something's off.
Something's way off.
And, you know, I guess he gets away with a lot of stuff. And then when you get away with a lot of stuff, you just keep trying to get away with a lot of stuff. And then sooner or later, you don't get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but how's this going to end?
I don't know.
He's clearly shown he's not. No, can we be serious for a second?
By the way, Donna Barber says it wasn't Devin that did it. It was the Blood Hunter.
The Blood Hunter did it. See what those guys with double identities? They're just fucked from day one mentally.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It is a problem. But what do you think? You know, I mean, seriously speaking, though, I mean, I almost feel like he's destined for tragedy. Is that wrong? Is that a wrong gut read?
No,
dude, he's doing some fucked up shit. Is what I'm getting at.
It's not a wrong gut read.
You know?
I just again, I always found him to be an okay guy with whatever communication. But, you know, the small little communication we had with him,
he's
right?
fine. I understand.
He seemed like an okay guy.
He wasn't knocking at a door, but I understand. Do you think he's destined for something bad, though? I mean, this is bad. Something worse.
I think that, again, innocent to proven guilty.
Right. Fair enough.
But considering the things he's done,
right.
And, you know, I guess he hasn't done that bad of stuff, but it's seems to be a little bit of a womanizer, I think, at least from the videos that he posts, you know what I mean? Again, I don't know. Blaze disappeared fairly quickly. Right. Out of that whole scenario there.
Had some trouble with the Von Erich over down in,
Yeah, he had problems with Lacey Von Erich. Right. He's gotten involved in a lot of wrestling organizations.
Claims Abdullah wrecked his career.
Right. You got Kevin. Kevin's been in here. He knew Hannibal for a while.
I got mad at Kevin, right? I remember that.
Yep, yeah, that's true.
Yep, I was like, what's so engaging about this guy? To me, he seems way off, and he's, boring as piss, but that was my take. You know?
I don't
Look,
know,
I'm not raining on his parade. I'm just saying your parade is being rained on by yourself, dude. What is going on with you? Not for nothing, pretty blessed, has a nice following. Has done very well for himself.
Absolutely.
Outside of the fact that he didn't make it in WWE. I think you did great for yourself, Hannibal. I mean, what is up with you, bro? You all right? Are you all right? No, seriously. Now I'm being serious. You good? What's going on?
Well, he might have, he just might have ruined everything that he built.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro? You did pretty good building, too. I mean, to your credit. What the fuck, bro? Any advice for him?
Well, Albister Figueroa says Hannibal speaks like he's been lobotomized.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah, he puts the lotion in the basket.
Jason says, honestly, critique of him, he's not a good wrestler.
No, I don't think.
Rick B, member for 13 months. Thanks, Rick.
Rick B, what is up? Thank you,
Look,
bro.
dude,
Thank you.
Thank you. I just think Hannibal's a guy that gets away with a lot of stuff and continues to get away with a lot of stuff.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know,
sooner or later, you do something like this and you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
And what's the name of his dog? Guys,
What?
do you guys
His
watch his
dog?
show? He has a dog, Fifi, I think.
Okay.
He always has Fifi on there. I think it's Fifi. I forget that.
Okay.
Spanky. I
What
forget.
about the poor pooch?
If anyone knows the dog's name, please put it on here. But I'm thinking about that. Think about that. You're an animal owner,
Right.
right? Don't you have a responsibility to the animal? It's like a child, right?
Absolutely. Sure. Pharaoh's got 3 cats. They're my boys.
This
Love
guy
'em.
goes to jail. Who's taking care of his dog?
I think about stuff like that. I agree.
Albister, thank you.
agree.
Piper. Piper's his dog.
Good name.
No, poor Piper.
Poor Piper.
Poor
Right.
Piper's
Who's
gonna be
Piper
stuck
staying?
there.
Wait a minute. Is Piper also under the supervision of the parents?
But let's talk a little. Let's talk a
brought
little.
up the doggy.
Let's
Might as
talk
well,
a little.
is the doggy okay?
Let's talk a little pro Hannibal though. Okay?
Yeah, sure. That's why I try to call into light about, you did some good things. What are you doing to yourself, bro? What do you got?
Man, Jay Will, real quick. Claude was good in as the unbelieving police guy in Night Stalker movie. That was the pilot for Kolchak. Loose in the house. What's up?
I love Kolchak. Kolchak, the
To
Night
be
Stalker,
fair,
was awesome.
back to Hannibal. To be fair to Hannibal, it must be hard to really know who your real friends are, right? Because he's in the wrestling world,
business,
and they
yes.
try to use him because
Sure.
he has tons of subscribers.
Sure.
He's gotten involved in a lot of wrestling
Sure.
organizations. He's had,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
RJ asked a really good question, Pharaoh.
Uh-oh. What do you
So
got,
does this
RJ?
mean Hannibal TV is canceled?
Who knows what it means? I don't know what any of it means. Oh, is this house arrest with his parents?
No, he's not
Under
on-
supervision
he's on
sounds
bail.
to me like,
It does, but he's under. I guess he has to stay.
Got to
with
stay
his
in the
parents.
house.
Yeah, right.
Very interesting. No, he could always do it from wherever he does it from. He doesn't need Hannibal doesn't use no fancy stage, does he? Doesn't look like he just does it from wherever he does it.
Right.
It's up to you, bro.
Rowley, how
I
are
hope
you? Good to
hope
see
you're
you.
all right. I mean, geez.
Lou says Hannibal is R word, real giant.
Real giant.
I don't know. Listen, I
dude.
hope Hannibal didn't do it, and I hope he gets, proven innocent. Look, we all joke around and stuff like that. It just,
Yeah,
you hate to see someone. But again, if he did do something like this, then he
Right.
needs to be punished for it. You can't go around beating people up.
No.
You can't go around stabbing referees. You can't
No.
go around,
What's he doing?
getting involved with wrestling organizations and then screwing them over or whatever else.
Right. Yeah, he's been on a very, very roller coaster ride for sure.
Jay Will, Mr. Hughes was on the show. Mr. Hughes was a good guest.
Yes.
Had a good time. He actually tells a good story how he found out how to stop fogging up his sunglasses.
Okay,
Remember that story?
I do somewhat remember the sunglasses deal.
All right, brother. PWI 500 has come out.
Okay.
Before we even get into it, let me ask you this. What did the PWI 500 mean to you in the past to what it means now?
In the past, I found the PWI much more legitimate because in those days it was covering the territories. When did this start, the PWI 500, by the way?
I'm not sure, man.
It started a long time ago. I know that much, and it was covering I mean, nowadays when I look at the PWI 500, it seems like it's got everybody from very, very top to some schleppy organization in Comac. It doesn't seem the same. Back in those days, I guess there was a larger talent pool with fewer companies to pick from.
Right.
At least that's the way it felt. Today, I mean, you look at some of the names and how they came about ranking them and stuff, and to me, it's kind of laughable.
Well, we're going to go over the top 20, but I want to name some people, just some, right? So we
Sure.
should name 500, right? Number 500, Dustin Wilson.
Okay.
Ever hear of this guy?
No. Not supposed to, usually at 500. But back in the day, you might have. I don't know. No. Never heard of him.
How about Bear Bronson?
No.
Reggie at 490.
No.
You know Reggie. That's that dude, that gymnastics guy in the WWE.
Oh. What? He was at 490.
490.
Okay. Gotcha.
Interesting. Okay.
No.
Hold on.
Reggie at 490 is just whatever. I'll tell you one thing I saw at 478.
Go ahead.
At 478, it was Angelo Dawkins. How the hell are you even judging Angelo Dawkins as an individual wrestler? You understand what I'm getting
Well,
at?
before we even get further,
That's the Street Profits. When the hell do you ever see that? How rare do they wrestle that you're going to put them in a grading curve?
But hold on. Let's go over the criteria.
I don't get that.
The criteria in ring is the win-loss record.
Right.
Okay. Championships and tournaments won.
Right.
Now it's from July to July.
Understood.
Okay? Visibility and prestige within the promotion and the industry. Technical ability, quality of moves, matches, and ring psychology. Mm-hmm. So we have that down now, right? We know what is there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you said Angelo Dawkins. Where was he at?
He's at 478.
Yeah, you are. You're right. He is at 478.
And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, when you're judging the PWI 500, you are now judging individuals, right?
Right.
How the hell are you so already? How can you judge Angelo Dawkins? He's in the Profits. He's on every week as a tag team. He's probably wrestled individually on television. I could probably count on one hand in the last year.
How about
I don't know how you come up with even ranking him.
How about 481 Evil Uno?
Whatever, yawn. I mean, how about something that really pissed me off? You know what? We're gonna have to get up to much higher on the list, though. When we get to our top 20, maybe I should just save it. I saw Randy Orton at number 47. Look at some of the names that are ahead of him. Don't make me laugh.
Got to go by criteria, though.
Yeah, Randy Orton? Go ahead. Who's become more beloved than
Yeah,
ever.
but I guess you may be missing a point on this.
What's the point?
In-ring achievement from July to July.
Yeah, Randy Orton
Okay.
did nothing but carry it with Riddle, RK Bro. Go ahead.
All right, but
It was
again,
over as can be on the
and-
biggest company on the biggest station.
he's probably been
Go
out
ahead.
for about 3 or 4 months.
Right now he has.
Yeah, but July
this
to
ended
July.
in July.
Right.
August, September, what are we into? October? Okay,
Was
so
he out in July and
What
June?
about
I
the
don't know.
10 months that he was doing RK Bro? The fans adored him. It's the biggest program and the
But he
biggest
was
company.
in a tag team.
with
You
the
were
big-
just saying Dawkins shouldn't be on the list because he's a tag team.
But if you're going to play these games and put, guys who are tag teams as in individual ranking, you can't do that with Randy Orton. You can't put him at 47. Get the hell out of here. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Some of these names that I looked at that were ahead of Randy
Well,
Orton.
here's a question for
make
you,
me
right?
laugh.
Let's use a perfect example. I'm going to pull some guy's name.
Yeah.
Jack Stain at
I
487.
know Jack Stain. That's Godzilla. I know Jack Stain from the NWA.
Okay, I don't know.
Big, you'd love him. Big as it's a monster.
But here's my question.
Yeah,
So
he shouldn't be that low.
I'm going to read the criteria. I'm going to read the
about them
criteria
apples?
again.
Yeah.
In-ring achievements.
Right. In the NWA, he's had everything.
Win-loss records.
Right. He never
Championships
almost
and
never
tournaments won.
Right. Right.
Visibility and prestige within a promotion.
In his company,
right?
Tops. Yeah.
So my question is Tommy Dreamer, who I don't
Right.
have any love lost for that guy.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But the guy seems to be wrestling indie events
Right.
every weekend.
And they put stock in this shit.
No, but my point is his win-loss record's got to be up there, right?
Right.
If he's wrestling twice every weekend,
Right.
how many weekends do you have? 52?
Right.
So
Right.
52 times
Dude,
time?
I-
That's 104.
Yeah.
So, right, why isn't Tommy Dreamer on the top 500?
The biggest problem I have with the way they do the PW 500 is that they judge. Okay, we're going to have to jump way up, but are you going to tell me, Mike, and I need your help on this one, are you going to tell me that Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, had the 13th best year out of all the wrestling we've watched this year? Zack Ryder
hold on.
is ranked at number 13.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead, play devil's advocate. You're not going to convince
He
me.
won the GCW championship.
Don't care.
But hold on. You got to listen first.
Now you're going to play the mark?
No, I'm just trying
Because
to
you
tell you.
usually laugh at me when I do this.
But you got to. He had a very successful run in the Indies this year.
Congratulations.
All right. Is he 13? I don't know. We have to evaluate that. But he did win the GCW championship. He did win the NWA championship.
I know what he won.
Right?
I'm aware.
So he's had a pretty solid year.
Yeah, I would say on the NWA level. But what do you consider the NWA, my friend?
I don't consider it much.
So what are we saying then? Here's another point. You're going to tell me that, and don't forget, in recent memory, can I be at least somewhat accurate?
Sure.
In recent memory, Shinsuke Nakamura had a very memorable Intercontinental title run, or at least a long one, right?
Absolutely.
You're going to tell me that Zack Ryder, known as Matt Cardona, had a better calendar year. When it really comes down to big company, little company, you think all these little company things Zack Ryder did is more of an accomplishment than holding the Intercontinental title for almost a half a year with the WWE. No. Shinsuke Nakamura had a better year than Zack Ryder, had a better year in the paycheck than Zack Ryder, had a better year with the belt than Zack Ryder, and is going to have a better future year than Zack Ryder because Zack Ryder is still going to continue to wrestle in the NWA. It's such a mark list. It makes me want to puke.
It's hard to argue that.
Stop.
Just
stop.
But again, then why is Keith Lee at 80? What did Keith Lee? He didn't wrestle.
Why is
most of the
Jonathan
year.
Grisham at 10?
Well, we would jump in a gun here.
I mean, like I said, we could sit here all day with this. Jonathan Grisham is a wonderful Ring of Honor hand and a hell of a wrestler, and boring as shit. I'm not understanding sometimes what they do here, but I do. They're very scientific with their stuff, and they're very nerdy about it, and they probably love Dave Meltzer. And that's how this list is made, through the Dave Meltzer lenses, because I don't see any of this making any fucking sense.
All right.
You put, like, how do you feel about Okada? I know he's way up on the list, but what's your take on Okada?
Well, I think we should go. Let's take a commercial break.
Okay,
let's go through the top
steer us
20,
back into
and
Saturday
we'll have
before I lose it.
We'll have it discussed. All right.
Okay.
So
Fair
take
enough.
a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We'll go over the top 20, and we'll discuss it.
Okay. See you in the countdown second.
You want to star in your own success? Call QuickCast, www.quickcast.com, 866-7-CAST-NOW. That's 866-7-CAST-NOW. QuickCast.
Start your own success.
Wrestling fans, now you too can look as cool as Monte and the Pharaoh by wearing the official Monte and the Pharaoh sunglasses at night for $8.99 each. That's only $8.99 each. Now available at monteandthepharaoh.com.
Oh, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on?
Yeah, nothing much.
You know, Jimmy, I love this country.
Oh.
I love to buy Made in America material. And I love to buy my artwork at TAG, T-A-A-G, Made in America, 14 East Broadway, Port Jefferson, New York, 11717. The shop at the corner.
And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and Pharaoh, where we're covering the recently released PWI 500. So Jimmy, we'll start from 20.
Okay.
And feel free to bring up other names and let's discuss it. But
Okay.
number 20, Drew McIntyre.
This rating is too low. Drew McIntyre's had a better year than being number 20 in the world. That's the thing that annoys me about this list. They always have to throw in some, guys who accomplish something in a much smaller sector. Drew McIntyre's had a tremendous year. He's always at the top of the card. I don't see this guy at number 20 in the world.
Do you think PWI has this feeling that they have to help the young independent wrestler?
Yes.
So that there is politics behind it?
Yes, there is. There is. And they know it. That's fine. We know it too. It's okay. It's a slanted list, and it's made with a certain idea of what they believe wrestling is. I'm sure they think that they've got it all figured out, and it's very balanced. I don't see the balance in some of this stuff. So, no, what do you think about Matt? You don't think that's a low ranking for the year that Drew McIntyre had in the past year? I know he's coming off fresh of main event and Clash at the Castle. That doesn't count because it's
July,
a
right? It's July to July.
But you're going to tell me the previous calendar year for Drew McIntyre wasn't fabulous?
I really, you know what, 20 is not a bad spot for him. As we get other names in, then I'm going to question it, right?
Right, that's what
but
I'm
like
questioning
starting
it right
off
now.
initially and saying 20.
Okay. If you say so,
right.
all right. But I
Now
still
here's
feel
the
like
problem
it's
I
low.
got. Number 19, Kenny Omega.
Where do you think Kenny Omega belongs?
I don't think he should be in the top 20.
He's
been hurt all year.
He's been hurt all year. Yeah.
So right there, all your
There's
criteria is out the window.
There's your biasness. You're gonna there we go. Okay, so
Because
right
he was
away,
number one last year.
so right
you
away-
feel you have to get him in the top 20.
so right
this year.
away, my first complaint was McIntyre's too low, and then you've proven it already with 19.
Yes,
Excellent. That works.
That's
for
fair.
Me. That works for me.
as I said, I had to see the rest of the list come. But you know,
a healthy Kenny Omega, it's one of the greatest in the world. I understand all
but
that
again,
stuff.
going by their criteria, I mean,
Right.
legitimately,
Right.
You shouldn't have anybody above any WWE wrestlers, right? Because they're seen by everybody.
Right.
It doesn't matter, right?
Right.
But
with a
you know,
very
if you're
few
gonna-
exceptions,
if-
should they
if-
crack that list?
Right.
I agree.
If you play
But,
this
you know,
game, though,
we're
Kenny Omega
playing
does
this game.
not deserve to be in the top 20.
Too many injuries. Right. I agree. I'm going to agree with that.
He was
Healthy Kenny
AEW
Omega, it's one
champion
of the
for
best in the
like
world.
3 months of the year, and he was hurt the rest of the time.
Yeah, he's been
right?
hurt a lot. Hurt
that-
a ton of the time.
yeah.
I agree.
Adam Cole. Again, how could this guy be in the top 20?
Hasn't won shit, and his AEW thing has been, here I am, there I go, pull me in, pull me back, pull me in. It's been horrible.
Right.
I love Adam Cole. You know I
Yes.
do. Adam Cole, Undisputed Era, compared to this, just garbage. What are you doing with Adam Cole? You don't even have a clue what you're doing with Adam Cole. Come back to Triple H, please, Adam. We'll fix this.
But this is purely
Ugh.
like, let's get an AEW guy in there. It's like,
yes,
what are you
it
doing?
is.
You know what I mean?
It is. So again, Drew McIntyre, ranked too low. Keep going.
Seth Rollins.
This is a low ranking.
He had a very bad win-loss record this year.
But that's not Seth's job.
I
That's
understand.
not
I get
Seth's
it.
job.
I get it.
Seth has been the joker of the biggest company in the.
to stick to the criteria just
Gotcha.
like our
Gotcha.
head-to-head.
Gotcha.
Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. The guy's the best wrestler in wrestling.
He's-
Okay? He has had some of the best feuds in wrestling.
And a future world champion.
Yes.
Again,
maybe.
a future. No, at some point he's going to win the world title
But-
again.
but-
he is. He is.
Is 17 for Seth Rollins?
Too low. It's too low.
Not sure.
Too low with a lot of the names I'm seeing on here.
All right, how about MJF?
MJF belongs on a list, obviously. I think it's too low. I keep going with too low. Drew McIntyre has been a major player and a healthy player for the most part.
Right.
Adam Cole has been a misused one, so he doesn't belong here. Kenny Omega has been hurt. He doesn't belong here at all. Seth Rollins is a super healthy hand and should be higher. MJF, the best heel in the business, and he's not even on television half the time, and we're still talking about him. This is a low ranking for one of the most gripping, engaging villains we've seen in years, and I know it's only happening on AEW. That's why I pray that Paul brings it. MJF, he's great. He's so great, and no, he shouldn't be this low. This is a low ranking. Well, how do you feel about MJF? Quickly.
Again, looking at the list, MJF at 16, I would say MJF should be at 16.
Okay.
Again, as we go up the list, I didn't memorize the list,
Right.
so I might go,
Right.
what?
Do you agree that the next name is better to you in the wrestling scope of
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
No.
For me, no. But
No.
again, I'm not a New Japan guy. So I don't know.
and he's towards the end of his New Japan legacy. I am well aware of Tanahashi, and I do know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to New Japan because I was a subscriber for years. Okay, I know who Tanahashi is in Japan, and he's at the end of his career. He's not in the middle of it, and he's not having some amazing, insane renaissance either. Everybody calm down. He should not be this high on this list. I disagree with this completely. You can't tell me Tanahashi's had more of an impact in the last calendar year going July and back than MJF. Are you paying attention? Who's making this fucking list? And I think Tanahashi's a legend, by the way. One of the greatest Japanese wrestlers ever. Probably top 5.
Impact World Champion Josh Alexander.
Stop it. This is where I laugh. A really good wrestler, by the way.
So
Yeah, nothing but respect.
My point here
But
is if
stop
you feel
with
it
this.
necessary to put the Impact World Champion because he's a world champion, then Trevor Murdoch needs to be in the top 20.
Right. And where is he? I saw him way
he's
down.
way
We
down.
might as well not even look for him.
Right.
Yeah. It's just no.
And
no.
Impact, how many people are watching
Stop
Impact
it.
right now?
We're right on. I don't even want to get into it. No. That's why I'm upset about the next one. I mean, good for him, and I'm thrilled that he's a local Long Island dude, and I think he's cool and everything, but I was never a fan. I don't get this. Matt Cardona is the 13th ranked wrestler in the world right now, Zack Ryder, because he won Billy Corgan's YouTube NWA belt a couple of times. I can't
Would
take
you
it,
say
dude.
he was the most successful independent guy on the scene?
Yeah, I think he's had a hell of a year. On an independent level. But, Mike, what are we talking?
It's very hard. It's very hard.
I mean, you're really going to tell me that Matt Cardona had a better year than Drew McIntyre?
well, let's look at it again.
I'd
okay?
like to see
Hold
Matt
on.
Cardona
Hold
sell
on.
out Clash at the Castle.
So did
Good luck.
Cardona have a better win-loss record than McIntyre?
I wouldn't be
this year?
so. I don't.
He probably
have
did.
I don't have a clue, and I honestly don't care because to me,
understand.
the one-loss record, if you're playing up on the major leagues with the Yankees, is different than if you're winning at A-ball. I don't
Understood.
give a shit. You know, and
Is
I
it
do
fair to
respect
say that
wrestling, so
Cardona
fuck
won
off
more
if you think I'm
championships
twisting it,
than
because I'm
Matt?
not. What?
Is it fair to say Cardona won more championships?
Yeah, he probably did. He's got belts all over him. He's got the Comac Junior High Elwood Public Library Championship. You didn't see it?
Visibility and prestige
beautiful.
within the promotion.
Yeah, within his own promotion. Yay. Drew McIntyre is a glistening superstar, isn't he, for WWE?
Yes.
Top shelf.
Yes.
So, no, I'm not going to insult Drew McIntyre's accomplishments, you know? And I find it funny how once upon a time they loved Drew McIntyre. He was the indie darling, and now he's an absolute smash. And you penalize him? You put Matt Cardona above him? Get the hell out of here. You know?
Number 12, John Moxley.
This is
Now, I think
You
he's
go
too
first.
low. I think
I
he's
agree.
too low.
Thank you for saying
the
that.
guy
I
is
thought you were gonna yell at me.
two-time AEW champion.
Totally
he's the guy.
agree.
He's carrying the organization.
He's carrying them. I agree.
Yeah.
Higher ranking.
Now, wait a minute. He was out for 4 months
That's
or
okay.
3 months, right?
That's
due
okay.
to
He's wild
problems.
thing. That's okay. No, I agree with you. I thought you were going to kill me. I was like, that is definitely.
No, I
Where do you
think
think he
he's low.
belongs?
I think he should be in the top 10.
Yeah, like 5 to 7?
We'll see what's on the list.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
Shingo Takagi.
Takagi. Yeah, what about Takagi?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know you had no idea. Neither do I. I can't even begin to say, you know, what this is, what is this, IWGP? Is that the IW? It doesn't look like the IW. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on with some of this. I really don't.
Phil says he's loving your fiery passion tonight. You're
Phil,
the man.
Phil, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to stay calm, man. I'm trying, but it's just driving me crazy. And I hope people don't think I don't love pure wrestling. I do, and I'll just as quickly watch an NWA thing because I do. You know, I think Matt Cardona's done great for himself, but I can't see these rankings. They don't make sense. They just don't make sense. Have we cracked the top 10 yet? Where are we?
We're
bro?
hitting number 10. Jonathan Grisham.
It's too high. I don't care. I understand he's a Ring of Honor. I watched him right from the beginning. Okay, so I know what I'm looking at. I remember when I first saw him. I went very, very good in the ring, boring, and it's sad because I still see the same exact thing. Very good in the ring, boring, bland, whatever. Who cares? And the belt. And it's the Ring of Honor deal. You know, Ring of Honor is nothing more than Tony Khan's stool specimen right now. The real Ring of Honor. Jonathan Grisham wasn't king of. Come on, guys. Anybody who knows the real Ring of Honor, go back a bunch of years. You know what I'm talking about. This is not. He didn't carry them through glorious times. This isn't Jay Lethal or the Briscoes or Samoa Joe or CM Punk or the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. This is none of them. You know, excellent wrestler, but again, boring. It should not be ranked this high.
Jonathan Grisham, if you wanted to give him
Excellent
props,
wrestler.
he should have been in the number 20.
Sure, if you want to do
something like
that.
right?
Sure, I'll give
Should
it
not
that.
be in the
I'll
top
give
10.
it that. Yeah, higher up. Ahead of Drew McIntyre. Here I go again with Drew. And where's Sheamus?
Big E.
Don't get me started.
Big E.
Big E. Okay, here's another one with injuries, right? What did you say? He had like a short title reign, and then we never saw him.
True.
So, how's he ranked up here so high?
But if you win the WWE Championship, shouldn't that put you in the top 10 if you did it within a calendar year?
I would hope that it. You know what? I would hope that it would. Is this them throwing a mild bone
Well,
to the company?
I don't think it should be a bone. It just should be like, hey, you won a championship.
You know what I'd like to affirm? Maybe we'll do that next week. Did they rank Jinder Mahal that way then?
Interesting. We should look.
I would like to know. He had a 6 years. Could you imagine? He had a 6 month reign. Jinder.
Here's another guy, AAA Mega Champion El Hijo del Viking, and go.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know some of these guys.
Yeah, AAA is of course CMLL's competitor over. They're like probably the biggest. I would say they're the biggest company in Mexico, and then CMLL.
So
is second.
you feel comfortable?
No, I
putting this
don't
guy
at all. I
number
think
8?
that's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. Stop it. Just no.
First of all, your top 10
No,
should just be
I don't
filled
even know
with
if I'd put him in the top
WWE
25.
and AEW
I mean,
guys
I doubt it.
automatically, right?
Yeah, I pretty much
your
agree.
top 10 should only have those guys.
I would think so. But then again, this is their wide open, fair vision. This isn't fair. This is just overanalyzation and insanity.
Number
is
7,
crazy.
Bryan Danielson.
I almost feel like he might be right where he belongs.
It's fair.
Yeah, I almost feel that way. What do you think? I think he's pretty. Something. He's still Daniel Bryan. All things considered.
7. He's had a lot of influence on the industry
Sure
this
has.
year.
Sure
He did a
has.
good job.
He's great.
I have no problem with him in the top
He's great,
10.
and he's going to put on a great match with Maxley. He's going to. Yeah.
Number 6, Cody Rhodes.
Earned every second of it. God, if he hadn't been hurt, he would have made the top 3, because he's ascending. His injury just gained him nothing but more fans, gained your respect.
Right.
I don't often see that where you just turn to me and go, you know what, the fucking guy killed himself. I got to tip my cap. Cody Rhodes, fantastic, and I look
Chris
forward.
Lee says Jimmy on fire tonight.
Thank you, Chris. What's up, mate? I look forward to Cody being higher on this list next year.
But you're okay with him at number 6.
Yes. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think that had a tremendous impact on the business this past year.
Number 5, United States Champion Bobby Lashley.
I love this.
That's a good spot.
I love this ranking because this shows true appreciation for what this guy's done. Bobby Lashley deserves it, every second of it. He really turned me around.
He also was WWE
I really love the
champion
guy.
during the
Yeah,
July,
dude,
right?
he's the man. Yeah, he's the man.
I think that now this
he's
one
aged like a fine
This
wine.
one I
Bobby
disagree
Lashley.
with. I know he was AEW champion.
Right.
But this one I was like, are you kidding me?
Way too high.
Adam Page.
Way too high on the ranking.
This is a guy that
Way too high.
everybody wanted to be their champion.
Yep. Couldn't draw
Once
flies.
He won it, couldn't draw flies,
draw
and
flies.
they had to go check and adjust right
and then
away.
fucked up the whole business unbeknownstly with the whole CM Punk thing, and now the whole company's falling apart because
Right.
of what, Adam Page, because they like him in the back.
Right.
Fuck you with your fucking lame ass ratings. That's some cowboy shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, seriously, bro. Way too high on this list. Hell of a wrestler. I have an appreciation for him. I think he is a good wrestler. But no, you don't get to be up this high on this list. Hell's no. There's a lot of violations.
Should he be in the top 10?
Oh yeah, I got to think about this with this shitty list that I've seen
Yeah,
for the
but you
top
would move
20.
other people
if I was
into that
forced
list.
to condense, if I could move other people into
Right.
the list, then he's not in the top 10 probably. But he's number 4 is way too high. I agree with that. Now we get.
Jay Will
Interesting.
says he'd love to see Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar in a strong style match.
Wouldn't we all?
He might
man?
get that.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, I would love that.
Rick B says they should have fans vote on this list to be more accurate than this fake list.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but what if we have
you-
a mail-in for the list?
That's true.
We can't have that.
Or what if you have mostly what WWE fans are mostly kids? They wouldn't be, so it'd be all AEW.
Right.
It would just be a list.
Right,
of
the
AEW
10-year-olds don't
wrestlers.
even own postage stamps.
Exactly. It'd be
Yeah.
like,
oh,
okay.
you can vote online.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, the 10-year-olds they could do that.
Yeah, it would be, the list would just be AEW guys. And then
Right.
Tony Khan be like, we had
we got the
10
best.
out of 10 wrestlers
Yeah.
in the PWI.
I'm going to sign Chad Gable
All right.
next week.
Number 3, CM Punk.
You go first. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
He's a polarizing
He sh-
son
in
of a
fact, he
bitch,
should have
isn't
been
he?
2,
He's
to
a
be
he's
honest
a
with you.
polarizing son
Well,
of
he's
a
done
bitch.
everything. He's done everything.
Wow.
He's done everything wrong and everything poorly, but
And
he's
it's
drawn attention to
he's-
himself.
he's
He's won 2 titles.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. He got them over the million mark. You know what I mean with views? Well, a couple of times, right?
Okay,
Didn't he?
fair enough.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, he's not been the draw that they thought he would be, but yeah, CM Punk is up there.
This one I don't get, and please.
You're welcome, Phil.
Number 2,
Yeah, prick. Oh, sorry.
Okada.
Okada. Okay.
Please give me the breakdown, because when he
Rainmaker.
came to
Great picture, Jared.
When he
Great
came,
picture.
you and your pictures, dude.
Look at that picture. That's the Rainmaker. Oh yeah. Okay. What do you want to know about Okada? Talk to me.
Comes AEW, expecting
Just
a
for-
huge pop. People like, what? Who's this guy?
didn't go well.
Right?
They didn't go
So I
well.
understand that the American
You
audience
went
may
what?
not use him, like
Right.
him, whatever else.
Right.
How could he be at number 2?
Because again, I told you this whole list is made out of the marks, the Meltzer. Don't forget, 5 stars only exist in Japan. For
Chris
the
Lee
most
says
part.
Wolfie D number 1.
Wolfie D number 1.
You know, he did make 2 appearances this year.
Oh, what on our show?
No, but yeah, on our show, yes, but also
Wow, put him in the top 10.
he was in the Casino Battle Royal, I think.
the Casino Battle
Right,
Royal.
he was in 2 Battle Royals.
Who won that
He was
one?
on that Ric Flair card.
He was on the Ric Flair.
Yeah, he
card?
was in a Battle Royal.
Wow, did he help carry Flair out of the arena afterwards? That's what I want to know. Because Flair could barely move.
I don't think so.
That was rough. All right. Well, like I said.
But by the way, not to make we'll go back to Okada, but not to make this a Wolfie D thing. But
Why
Wolfie
not?
D gets a lot of good guests on his podcast.
Does he?
Yeah.
Really? Like who?
Mm-hmm. So when he goes and he does signings, rare signings, he runs up to guys and interviews them for like 10 minutes, and then puts on a show like he interviewed them.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, they must be thrilled. Did Kevin Nash tell him to fuck off and get out of here?
No.
No?
All right, Okada, give me the skinny
You
on.
started this.
Give me the skinny on
Sorry.
Okada.
Hi, Wolfie. How you doing, bro?
Give me the skinny on.
The
Okada.
skinny on Okada. Well, what do you want to know? I mean, as far as like this list is made out of those who, you know, the 5-star wrestling match, basically, the Dave Meltzer origins, all basically come from Japan. Everything Japan's a 5-star match. He just made big news, by the way. You'll be glad to know he, for first time in forever, gave a WWE match 5 stars. Sheamus versus Gunther.
Well, he had to because everybody else.
He had no
just said
choice.
it, right.
He had no choice. But in general, he'll never.
But
do
again,
it.
this is
Okay.
all of a sudden people already pre-deciding a match is going to be great.
Right.
So it didn't matter
Right.
how that match
Right.
was. People
Right.
are going to say,
Right.
Gunther against Sheamus is the toughest match I've ever. Like I saw it coming.
Right. But don't you see? I could actually spell this out for you. We could get to the number 1, but I won't give away the number 1.
Well,
yet.
you still haven't given me the whole.
I'm going to
Okada
give you
thing.
the point. You can see how they did the list with their very nerdy mathematical reasoning and logic. So I'm going to use Spock logic.
Fine.
The 3 biggest companies in the world right now are WWE, and I'm not sure of the order, but I'm going to go on a limb and
Right.
say New Japan and AEW. They're the 3 big companies in the world. So logically, what does the Mark do? If you notice, number 3 is the face of AEW. Basically, he's been the world champ. Number 2 is the New Japan world champion over many, many years. Okada, he's the face of New
Well,
Japan.
hold on. I want to stop
And
you
I'm
on
not
that.
going to get away. Well, I'm not going to give up number 1 yet. But this is my analogy. They decided to take
but
the
here's-
champion
but-
from each of the 3 biggest and rank them, in my opinion, accordingly.
But here's the joke.
That's
about
what it seems to be.
Here's the joke about
Punk
it.
AEW, Okada Japan.
But look what they did, though.
Yeah.
Think about it. Mm-hmm. Adam Page, CM Punk.
Right.
Right, they had to make sure that
Punk's
they
above
chalked up a bunch of that they chalked up 2 AEW guys in
Right.
the top 4.
Of course.
Okay, again, you're saying they
course.
put Okada in because they had to get a New Japan guy.
I believe that. That's
Okay?
how they were looking at it. They wanted 1 representation in the top 3
I
from
mean,
each
before we get to
company.
the number 1, let's see. We got 1, 2,
2 of the top
3,
5 are
4.
WWE guys. 2
4,
of the top 5
4
are
of 10 are AEW or / Ring of Honor guys.
Right. Ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5. WWE's got 5 of the guys
Hold on, let me see.
in the
Sure?
top 10.
1,
You got.
2,
we haven't done
3. I count 4. I count
You got Cody. You got Big E. You
Big
got
E.
Lashley.
Cody, Lashley, and
Oh
number
shit!
1.
You're right. There's only 4 in the top 10.
So it's 4 on 4.
that's ridiculous.
It's 4 on 4.
Aren't they fair? Get the fuck out of here. This doesn't even make any
So
sense.
the number 1, as everybody knew, had to be,
It
and if
better
it
be.
wasn't, it's stupid
right.
as hell.
Which then they're really called out.
Roman
on that.
Reigns.
Of course, Roman Reigns. Who else would it be? Who else would it be? There's nobody else it could be.
I understand.
He's the man. He's the tribal chief. Acknowledge him. He earned it. He beats everybody and anybody. And I hope he keeps going. I love it. I don't ever want to see it end. What's wrong with me? Something's
No,
really wrong with me.
I
And I
understand.
don't want to see it ever end. Keep going. Hold it for years. Drive everybody crazy.
How many days has Roman held the title?
Very long time now.
745
It's the long-
days on April 18th. Hold on.
It's the longest reign since Hogan gave up the belt in '88 after a 4-year or so reign. It's the longest reign in decades. It's ridiculous what he's doing.
Again, it's scripted wrestling.
I understand that, but it's just fantastic. I love it. It's ridiculous what he's doing, and I love the fact that they're doing it. You know, people are
August
complaining.
26th, Roman Reigns celebrated 2 years as champion.
It's amazing. in this day and age.
It is amazing.
What do you think? I mean, I'm just, and you were loving him the whole way. I acknowledged him finally. That's funny. I acknowledged him finally when he started to pass Punk and do, I was like,
JB said,
damn, this reign is
JB
unbelievable.
says Roman was great on Logan Paul's podcast. I got to catch that. I have to
Okay.
catch it. Mitch Seinfeld in the house. Mitch, how are you?
What is up, Mitch?
Daniel Bodine, number one is Roman. Absolutely.
Absolutely, Daniel.
Chris Lee
Absolutely.
says, is Damian Kane the number one?
Oh, God, here we go again. I don't know, maybe in 1995 in, like, the tri-state area. I have no idea. Damian Kane.
Daniel says, wrestling's not as fixed as the PWI. Look,
Absolutely.
you know what?
Very good.
That's what they do.
Very
That's
good.
what they do.
Yeah.
If you were writing the PWI, would you do the same thing?
You know what's weird? Outside of the initial starting concept that you feel a responsibility to pick the face or the biggest champion of each company as your top three, and they truly earned it, I could see it. But in general, no. I would not be like falling in love with
So you're in agreement then, Punk, New Japan, WWE.
In
3,
theory,
2,
in
1.
theory, yeah. But can you think of a different top three? We both agreed that Roman and Punk belong there. Who are you placing instead of Okada? Because you can, I'm sure.
Well, if you're going by the top, like you said, the top three organizations, then
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense. I guess if I was a New Japan guy, I'd be pissed off if
I would
Okada
be.
wasn't in the top
Listen,
three.
New Japan's fantastic. They drew a kabillion people in Japan. It is big time. It is big time. It is a big time company. It is. It's just Japan. We don't
So,
see it the same
of
way.
the PWF 500, what was the biggest disservice that you saw?
I think that it's a slap in the face to have guys like MJF only at 16. That's a slap. I think Drew McIntyre at 20 is a slap. I think Seth Rollins at 17 is a slap. I'd be really. I think John Moxley at 12, he's got to be pissed.
Rick B. brings a good point. Why do we need 500? Just do the top 50.
Yeah, really. We don't need 500 because, although almost crushed us this week on Raw, we could have been in the top 500.
That's true.
All we had to do was win by DQ.
Here's
or
my
something.
next question. I think I asked you this during the week.
Man, that
why
guy
aren't
hurts.
the women
Yeah,
in the top 500?
they subdivided.
Like, why are they separating them?
In this day and age, I'm surprised that no one's made a stink yet. That they should, because right off the bat, I don't know. Name me some of the best. Like Bianca Belair. Where is she going on this list? She's bumping Matt Cardona. I'll tell you
Dude,
that.
there's some good questions you need to answer.
I'm not even a fan of women's wrestling. Bianca Belair's
JB is
bumping Matt
asking,
Cardona.
what do you think of Pat McAfee leaving for College Game Day?
Bummed. Became a big fan of Pat McAfee. He is funny as can be. I'm trying to keep it clean. He's funny as fuck. He's hilarious. I think he's great. I love him. And he's cool in the ring too. He's proven that.
SmackDown's going to take a hit.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Now, what did they do? Put Cole with Corey?
Right now, they got to get a
I
replacement.
think that's serviceable. I mean, having Corey there.
Yeah,
Corey's
Chris
never
Lee
a
brought
bad
up
thing.
something I'm surprised you didn't catch on. I knew
Yeah, what do you
about
got?
it, but I'm glad he brought it up.
What's up?
He asked, did Brock Lesnar make the list? And I will tell you, Brock Lesnar is not on the top 500 at
Well,
all.
then fuck your list. Right? Fuck
Well,
your
if it went
list.
July to July,
When was the?
he wasn't really wrestling, right?
When was SummerSlam? Did it come after?
August.
Okay. So he didn't wrestle at all from July to July.
Might have
I
wrestled, but very
get this.
sparingly.
All right, perhaps.
Right, he wrestled in
Listen,
April
if
WrestleMania.
Lesnar,
right?
if Lesnar even wrestled a couple of matches during that time, you're not going to put him on your list. Whatever.
Little Patty said, did Bray make the list? Nope, Bray did not make the list.
Bray. When was the last time we saw Bray?
Well, he shouldn't be on the list, right? He
No,
didn't wrestle.
Bray's been gone for a while, man. He's been gone. And he's shot.
Mitch
He's coming back
Seinfeld's
soon.
women's separate list, they are better than the men. They really should put them on the
Yeah,
same
they
list.
should. They should put him on.
Because then you don't have to add these independent guys
Right.
onto the list just to add them onto
right.
the list.
And I think it would be very interesting to see how you rank them. Like, where would Bianca Belair fall into a top 10 if she's allowed to be included?
It's a good question.
Where would
So I'm
she
gonna ask you
fall?
a question. Where does Bianca Belair fall on that top
Dude,
20
I've
list?
got her bumping Matt Cardona. You heard me say it. She
Yeah, but
shot a
you
better
would
year
put
than
other
Matt
you would put
Cardona.
other people in there, right?
Yeah. I mean, there is other people. Kevin Owens would wind up in here somewhere. I mean, do you really ignore the year Sami Zayn has had? Or is this all about wins and
Sami
losses?
Zayn was like 83.
Is this all like wins and losses?
Well, it's wins
You
and
know what I mean?
losses.
I don't know. Where was Dolph Ziggler? Two-time NXT recent
300 and something.
Very interesting. I can't reason I really can't reason a lot of it. Who would I? But let's just look at the top 10.
I want to ask you a question though. The women's list is going to come out,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. You're even considering putting Bianca Belair in the top 10 with the men,
Right.
just on
Considering
the
it.
women's list.
Well, I'll tell you what. She's already ahead of El Hijo del Vikingo.
Fair enough. But here's my question to you. So now we're going to.
She had a
women's
better year
list.
than Big E.
Purely
She bumped
women.
Big E.
Purely women.
Yeah.
Does Mandy Rose pass Bianca Belair this year?
No.
1 year as NXT champion.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. That gets back to the old Ring of Honor thing. NXT is not what NXT was. Just like with Jonathan Grisham, Ring of Honor is not what Ring of Honor was in this business. So no. Mandy Rose had a great year down there, but honestly, I'm waiting for Mandy to come back up and reclaim her,
Give me your top 10 list real quick of all the wrestlers that if you were doing the PWI 500.
From the names I have here is all I can do. I can't pull it off the top of my head.
You could take Kevin Owens and pull him.
I'll start
Go
with
with 20.
Well,
Start
I
with 20.
could. I mean, no, I can't. Don't make me do 20 off the top of my head. That's insanity. I agree with Reigns. I agree Okada should be in there. I agree Punk should be in there. I do agree Paige should be in the top 20. I do.
So where does Paige go? From 4 to where?
I don't know. I can't say. It's too complicated. Bobby Lashley agreed. Cody Rhodes agreed. Danielson agreed. No. With the El Vikingo, whatever your name is. Big E. No. So I've got 7 so far. I agree with Gresham in the top 20.
Why Big E no?
Because he was hurt most of the damn year.
He won the championship.
Well, yay for him. I thought it sucked. I personally, I can't go with it. I
Maria
can't.
Charlotte did not. Well, there's no list for women yet. They didn't combine them.
Moxley, yes. So I've got 8 guys so far. MJF, yes, 9. Seth Rollins, yes, 10. Drew McIntyre winds up at 11. So there's my top 10 if I had to. I'm not sure if I'd placed them in the same exact order. I got Seth Rollins. I got MJF. I got John Moxley. I got Bryan Danielson, Cody Rhodes, Bobby Lashley,
JB
Adam Page,
says
CM
Mox should
Punk.
be in Hangman's spot. I agree.
Yeah, let's do that.
I agree
Thank
with
you.
that.
Thank you. I mean, okay.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
This is difficult.
If you had women in here, Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair would be in, and Charlotte Flair.
They'd be
all
bumping.
three of them. They would
be
be in the
bumping
top
some
10.
guys. Absolutely.
They would definitely be
yes,
in the top 10.
Yes. And by the way, where was Chris Jericho in all of this?
Jericho's like 23, I think.
Okay, that was nice of them. They gave him 23. Okay. So Chris Jericho did not have as good a year as as Matt Cardona. I'm sorry, Zach. I know I keep going back to you. Chris Jericho had a better year than Zach. I don't care if he won the belt in Comac High. Stop. Just stop. Fancy, pantsy judging. Weirdness.
Again.
Weirdness. Wrestling weirdness.
All right, Pharaoh, at 10 o'clock, the witching hours hit. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Just a little update on myself. I've got pre-surgery tests next Wednesday, and if it all goes well there, which I think it is because I did pre-surgery tests already, but they got to do some, check blood or whatever else. Then I go in for surgery that following Monday. So this Thursday will be my last show for a while. You'll be going solo with Jared for a couple of weeks, as long as everything goes well. And then hopefully I could start Skyping in. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, send us on our way, Jimmy.
You've been watching Monte and the Pharaoh. And until next week, on behalf of Mr. Monte, this is the Pharaoh. Later.